B, what an awesome weekend and Pro Tour we had just now. So much action, so much going on. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I caught a few matches. I cannot believe how intense these games were, and this is magic, guys. This is magic. I'm so excited to get into it with you guys. For both Modern Constructed and the Edge of Eternities draft.
Definitely. And it really was a weekend to celebrate Magic, the Gathering, and honestly, it was a really interesting and diverse format, particularly in Modern. And, huge congrats to the winner of the event, Michael De Benedito. Wow, your last name is really fun, my friend. They were playing Tameshi Belcher and absolutely killed it, winning a very intense mirror match and a match against Azorius Control back-to-back to take the trophy.
Yeah, congrats on that amazing win. What a match, what a game, absolutely insane to watch. But Rebels, was there tea to spill? Of course there was. I'm Figured Base, that's Hermes. Now let's jump into the tea.
All right, y'all know we love to talk about stats to kind of start things off. So day one, you see a pretty diverse field in the Modern decks with no deck anywhere near the 20% mark. Popular picks included Esper Goryo's Vengeance, Tameshi Belcher, and Boros Energy with the most copies in the room. But you still had modern classics showing up like Amulet Titan, Tron, and Affinity. All three, are taking up very significant portions of the field.
Yeah, and look at that other category. That's crazy. We had more players enter with off-meta choices than we had folks playing the main decks. And although I am sad to see that only one person sleeved up Ruby Storm, I was really surprised it didn't have more of a showing, but this is what a healthy meta is supposed to look like. And I wonder if it's because it's an eternal format and people aren't really bringing in standard cards as much into the modern meta.
Standard cards? Didn't you see all those Quantum Riddlers?
Okay, well, besides that, but that was a universe within, all right?
True. But we also have this awesome ReCQ graph. So requalifying graph, this is data that we collected to look at the people who scored at least 30 match points in this event. 30 match points, i.e. 10 wins. About 20% of the field did hit that threshold. And so any significant above or below of that mark is going to be decks that you want to look at and take that data into consideration for your RC coming up later this year for Modern. Specifically, I want to call out Azorius Blink that was brought by Team TCG player who converted half of their pilots, 6 in the room, 3 got to ReCQ. We had folks like Gabe Nassif, Luna Eason, and Reed Duke all piloting it to great success. Both Amulet Titan and NeoBrand had really good conversion rates, and Boros Energy and Tameshi Belcher fell pretty short, probably because they had the target on their back.
And of course, there's always those 6 rounds of limited for folks to go through that helps them qualify. So there's always that unlikely chance a player went 6-0 in drafts with 4-6 in constructor to get that ReCQ. So take this with a grain of salt. However, it is still good to see that what the best players in the world think of the best decks for the modern format. Now let's take a look at the constructed win rates. Now, here we see why Energy and Belcher fell short. So, funnily enough, so did NeoBrand. I guess some folks were just running super hot this weekend or just had really good limited records. But I was really surprised to see Boros Energy just not come. It was not their day, y'all. They, I don't know if the variants hit them or there was just a bunch of hate in the room. But I was really surprised to see, the King Boros Energy deck fall this far.
I mean, my perspective, they did not put Blood Moons in the main. I think that would have been a strong choice. And you can see some of the decks that did succeed were more Hansa-style decks, which is actually kind of interesting in Modern. And, of course, standout, Amulet Titan, the deck that posts insane win rates, but only really kept in the format because, good lord, you have to read an entire Bible to actually be able to know how to play.
Yeah.
We also had Goryo's Vengeance. The 2 Eldrazi decks also scored solid win rates. And we also had, Affinity break even?
Yeah, looking into the head-to-head matchups, Modern really is a polarizing format right now. We have one of the best decks of the weekend, Eldrazi Tron, posting 0 wins against Amulet in the 13 matches they went against each other. We also have NeoBrand getting dumpstered by Goryo's Vengeance with only a 14% win rate in 14 matches.
Yeah, the format is really polarizing. While there are a lot of relatively even matchups, these head-to-head show us that it's not just about the deck that you choose to pick for the event, but it's also about who you get paired up into with that deck. If I picked Goryo's, but I ended up in the gauntlet of Zoo and Eldrazi, I'd probably be headed home on day 1. While if you took Goryo's but hit stuff like Esper, Blink, Energy, and NeoBrand, you're probably hitting day 2 and even a ReCQ. And before we go into some additional takeaways, we want to take a quick sidebar to look at this awesome new card designed by the 2023 World Champion Jean-Emmanuel Deprat. This is Formidable Speaker.
I just love how cunty they made him look in his first off. Oh, he looks so hot. Oh my god. So this is a creature card. It's green in 2 colors for a 2/4 elf druid. When it enters, you can discard a card to tutor a creature card directly to hand. It also has the tap ability for 1 mana to untap a permanent. Super sweet design that does a lot for 3 mana.
And there are so many ways to use this card. The untap can let you abuse mana sources that make more than 1 mana, give pseudo vigilance, or even reuse an artifact effect multiple times in the turn. It's pretty crazy that the current package of creatures in Standard are going to be able to make a lot of use of this as well. B, what do you think about this card? What are you planning to do with it?
So I really think that, you know, almost every single World Championship card that has been produced has seen a lot of Standard play, like with Duelist of the Mind and with Fairy Mastermind, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised this doesn't say Formidable Speaker of the Mind. I'm seeing a trend there. I do really think this card can see play in a combo deck when it comes to Modern, or in a creature-based deck where you need that, you know, Ouroboros, or you need a certain heavy hitter to get that end game win to just get you over the hump. Hermes, what are your main takeaways from this weekend?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say it because I already said it earlier. Titan is still king in this format. As mentioned earlier, consistently dominating events and pulling in crazy win rates. While it does have some troublesome matchups that either go faster than they do, have the right tools to interact, what have you, it would likely have, you know, been dealt with some point this past year if it was too powerful, or if it was, you know, the actual reason, if it wasn't so hard to play.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's probably the craziest combo deck to pilot in the format, maybe in any format. So much so that you have one of the innovators of the deck, Dom Harvey, putting together a deck Bible that is over 80 pages long. It's going to be linked down below if y'all want to read it. It is a doozy. And yeah, it is really hard to pilot, and it does get punished by really powerful hate pieces as well. In particular, stuff like Harbinger of the Sea and Blood Moon and stuff like that are really, really good against it. And, you know, in the right matchups, it's going to do really well. And especially when the format is not devoting slots to being able to beat it, you're going to be able to come in and steal some win rates, and it seemed like that was what happened this weekend.
I never thought that I would be rooting for Azorius Control ever in my life. If you guys haven't seen that final game, oh my god, that was magic. This is what Magic the Gathering is supposed to be. Seeing Isochron Scepter into Orbs Chant, and then Suppression Wave being on the stack, I was just like, what is going on? It was so intense, like watching this gameplay. I was like, I can't wait. I'm so excited to play more Modern. While I feel like Standard is definitely in a standstill and people are like getting burnt out in Standard, Modern is the place to be. Find a deck you love to play, master it, and have fun in this insanely fun meta we have going on.
Definitely vibe with that take. Now, I got another one. Might be a hot take, might be lukewarm. Who knows? My opinion, people are not playing enough mana denial effects in this format. Look at your best performing decks on the weekend. They all roll over to a well-timed Blood Moon, Harbinger of the Seas, or, you know, multiple blinks of a White Orchid Phantom. Honestly, there's some really cool stuff that people are doing with Ice Hill Explorer and Ghost Border as well, in particular in the Eldrazi ramp decks. So you're basically becoming an Eldrazi Ponza deck. And then the Azorius Blink deck is basically Azorius Ponza. And yes, I'm going to be one of those players insanely punished by these cards. I love my Goryo's Vengeance and my Tron, but I mean, everyone's playing greedy mana. Punish those people playing greedy mana because it is going to get you places. Any hot takes of your own, B?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a hot take, but I don't think Control is going to be as well done, or we're going to see it as much into the local metas as we expect to see. I feel like people who are, you know, just now getting into Modern because they're tired of Standard. They're going to see these, like, top 8 decks, so they're going to try to build them and try to learn them really quickly. But, like, guys, let me tell you, the players in this top 8 who won, you know, who are in the Pro Tour, they are here and there because they are masters of their decks. They have put years and, you know, lots of hours into learning these deck archetypes so they can pilot it at this level. So I really don't just, like, I mean, obviously that deck, but try different decks out. See the one that you think you're going to play well, that you're going to enjoy and having fun playing, and stick with it. Stick with that Modern deck, because this is an eternal format. You find a deck, you build it, and you're going to have it for a really long time. It's going to last you. I've been playing Ruby Storm for years. These Amulet Titan players, I've been playing Amulet Titan since, what, like 2009 or something? I don't know, that might be dramatic, but... Like,
I mean, I've been playing Tron since I got into the format, and the deck is still very powerful, and it might have its ups and downs, but God, you know, 1-2-7 is still very powerful.
Yeah, like, guys, find a deck, learn it, master it, and just stick with it. You'll get rewarded.
Okay, Rebels, you heard it from us. Pro Tour Edge of Eternities was an amazing spectator event, and super enjoyable to watch. Best in the world, getting a chance to go toe-to-toe in one of Magic's most storied and popular formats, as well as a really, really cool draft environment.
Yeah, this event was a huge success, especially after some lackluster major events this year, where people had to bang their head against the wall to try and either topple the Tier 0 deck or give in and join the ranks of this playing the Tier 0 deck. It was really nice to see just, you know, Magic the Gathering as our Lord and Savior Richard Garfield intended.
I hear ya. Super diverse, very enjoyable. We all hope you enjoyed tuning in and watching all the action unfold this weekend. Let us know what your favorite deck or storyline is in the comments down below.
And while you're there, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. We got lots of content coming for you, including the relaunch of the Rebelcast. Be sure to check out Baxter's show out as well, and as well as our weekly standard state of the meta. And until next time, guys, cheers!
Cheers!